Hello. Today we're going to be filming the 12 books that I plan on reading for the first 12 days of December, or the 12 days leading up to Christmas, which is probably when they'll be posted. For vlogmas this year / bookmas, since I am a booktube account, I will be posting every day for at least the first 12 to 25 days of Christmas. Or December. I am planning on trying to do the whole month, but as of right now, it's still video planning, finding out who I'm collabing with, because I am doing a ton of collabs for this year, and I'm super excited to be working with a bunch of other booktubers, and we're just going to get straight into this video. So for the video version of this, I'm going to film myself probably reading them throughout the day as I go, and my final thoughts on the books that I read. And then at the 13th day, I'm gonna do like a wrap-up video of everything. The first one up here is gonna be We Are Okay. The cover is stunning. It is by Nina LaCour, and I can't wait to read this. I did see this on with Cindy's one of her wrap-ups, and she had loved it and had recommended over another book that had gotten like a ton of hype. So I'm excited. The Wild Ones by Nafisa Azad. I probably butchered the fidoodle out of that name, but look at how beautiful this cover is. I read like the first line of the summary and chose it immediately if the cover wasn't enough. Magical girls saving somebody and banding together to complete that task. That's enough. For all time, I've heard so much about this. I've seen it so much around. From what I've gathered so far, it is about a couple that kind of have to find each other, or they get to experience each other in each lifetime that they have. Like when they die, they just like start over. It's like a reincarnation thing from my understanding thus far. But that is one of my lists. Again, look at this cover. The covers this year have just been amazing. We Can Be Heroes by Carrie McCauley. Again, I read very little of the summary. I was kind of looking for things that caught my attention immediately, because 12 books in 12 days while everything else is going on can be a challenge in and of itself. So I wanted to make sure that what I was picking up, I actually was pretty much immediately catching my attention. There is something about a school shooter in there. Trigger warning. I don't know how much is part of it, but it's kind of like the aftermath of that, and these three girls kind of like joining together to either overcome their experience or do something together that maybe prevents something else. I don't know. I'm excited to read it. And the cover, again, the cover is fantastic. The color choice, the contrast, yes. Chlorine Sky was one I had initially caught my attention because it was like on a really short reading list that I had looked up, like books you can read under a number of hours. This did come up. But it is a kind of coming-of-age contemporary novel in verse, which I have found I have been liking lately. I didn't read too much beyond that, other than I know it's something to do with people that used to be friends, and the girls kind of coming out from that relationship. Next up is Finding My Voice by Meung Oakley. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm sure I did, but it's on my list next. From what I've gathered from it, the main character is Korean, and she is trying to kind of fit in among her white peers at her school. I always love one of these, as I am part Mexican, and a lot of it, what I struggled with in school was I was not Mexican enough to be Mexican, but I was not white enough to be white either. So the main character kind of like has a crush on this dude, and he got like a crush on her back, and I don't know how it ends up yet, but we're gonna find out. The main character is a foster care partner, is in foster care, and they find out her father owns a hotel in Japan. When they find this out, he wants her to come live with him in Japan, and it's giving me like the vibe of a Lost Princess. Not necessarily that she's gonna be super rich or anything like that, but it's giving me that vibe, you know, where just like, oh my gosh, I'm more important than I thought I was. Love it. Love the idea of it. It sounds so fun. All These Bodies by Kendra Blake is one of those not murder mysteries, but like the vibe of a murder mystery. And the main character is going to confess to something, but only to one person, and we're probably just going to be taken along on the journey as she retells. her side of it. Or their side of it. I don't know if it's a girl or boy. I just kind of skimmed it. How We Fall Apart by Katie Zhao was described as a mix of One of Us is Lying and Crazy Rich Asians, and that's really all I needed to know. Sunny Song Will Never Be Famous by Suzanne Park. The girl is trying to build her social media platform, ends up not being able to access social media, and she's got to figure out a way to do it because she definitely wants to grow that following and become internet famous. I love fame stories so much, but I have a hard time finding them, especially finding them written in a way that I like, because I am kind of picky about them because they're one of my favorites to read. Darling is one that I had come across on Libby while I was scrolling through their recently added list. It is a Peter Pan retelling, and that's literally all I have to know to pick it up. The last one I read, which was Lost Girl, Lost Boy / Lost Shadow. I don't know what the series is actually called, but it is one of my favorites that I've read to date. So now I'm just kind of like searching for that high again, because pretty much I've loved every Peter Pan retelling I've listened to because it is my favorite Disney movie. And my favorite story in general, even the darker ones. There's something just appealing about it to me. But that one is by Kay Ancrum, and probably will be my first read because I already have it on my tablet. My next one is Damsel, and I have found this one just kind of scrolling through it. It's like under the folklore tab, and I don't actually know too much about it. The cover is beautiful. It's fairy tale-esque, and honestly, fairy tale retellings and the such are some of my favorites to listen to and especially to listen to. A lot of them are written with a very rich description, so they're fantastic to listen to on audiobook. I do have some backup books. I'm not going to go as in depth with them because this is already running on, but one of them is I'm Not Here to Be Liked. I wasn't sure I was going to get this one in, which is why I didn't put it on the first 12, but I'm excited to read that one. It is a school rivalry thing from what I understand. You Can Go Your Own Way, which made it onto my books I want to read just because they have beautiful covers. I picked it because it does look interesting, and I love the cover, and it was short. Hunter x Hunter Volume 2, I do have a couple mangas on this list as well because they are quick reads, and if I need a break, I know I can knock one of those out and stay on track. The second one I have on there is Snow White with the Red Hair Volume 11. I have 11, 12, and 13. I think there's 16 total. I have the first 13 volumes, and then I need the 16. So I'm almost done with the series, and I've been taking it really slow just because I've been enjoying it so much. I don't want it to end yet. Somewhere Between Bitter and Sweet is also on this list. It is on the extra list because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it sooner, or if I'm going to end up reading it somewhere in the month of December. I'm not sure yet. That is it for this list. If you are interested in reading any of these books as well, blog post is listed below. It has all of these as well as descriptions and covers of them. Can't wait to get started this bookmas. Don't forget to check out my book. Buy it for Christmas. Gift it to somebody. Have a fantastic day, and